Hey everybody, welcome to Mystic Ridge. We're going to have all kinds of neat critters and friends and people to visit with. This is our little friend, Fluffy. Hi Fluffy, what you doing? Hello. You welcoming everybody to the Ridge today? Well, tell them they can come up here for October and visit you and see what you're up to. All right, see you later. Bye-bye. For those of you coming up here in October, we don't really like to eat good food more than 90% of the time, but little salmon, little fresh squash. Never hurt anybody, right? Look forward to seeing you. Hey everybody, this is one of my favorite little plants here. I don't know if you can see her. They call these honeysuckles. And so this pair of honeysuckles is sitting here and it's reminding me, what is my favorite gear? What is my favorite food? What is my favorite stuff to carry with me when I'm in an actual really challenging situation, maybe even on the level of life and death, survival, preparedness, urban or rural. We happen to be out here in the wilderness today, but it could be walking in the wild wilderness of downtown New York. It really doesn't matter where you are. These plants are amazing because you can basically nibble on them and they have little bits of honey in them. And so if you want to find something really interesting, go back to the ancient pyramid at Giza there in Cairo and look at the jars of honey that were stored in the pyramid and look at how they're just as good in your tea today as they were when they were put in there. What you'll find is that honey lasts the rest of your life. There's certain skills that will last the rest of your life, abilities. There's many things that you can use lifelong. And so the intention of part of our weekend is to help you look at what skills do you currently have and what would you like to have. We're going to have a whole range from fire making in wet conditions to purifying water quickly to making a 5-minute shelter to looking at what's the easiest way to help someone who's injured get to safety. We'll even look at kind of if we had all the stuff that we would normally carry with us lost for some reason, we're just left out here with nothing. How could you keep going through a difficult night? We'll do a survival shelter of different types. We'll show you kind of how to do a lot of stuff really fast and easy because unfortunately we don't have a lot of time. If this was a full week-long event, we'd go through all the different stuff, but this is going to be real brief, real fast, the high points, the gist of everything. We got plenty of videos, lots of stuff you can watch, but when it comes to the practice, we're going to be real direct, real brief, real short, so we have time for question and answer. So it's going to be like, ultimately, you're going to get a chance to ask your questions, hopefully submit some requests of what you'd like to learn before you get to the weekend, but we're going to go over basic survival skills, basic preparedness, and then eventually, if it all works out and the weather permits, we may even end up building a teepee together. So I can't promise that's going to happen, but it's more than likely going to at least get started. So we got a lot of different activities that we're going to bring you, but we look forward to hearing kind of what your interests are. We're certainly going to start with safety and how to be safe in any situation, how to make sure someone always has good airway, that you can maintain your core temperature, you can stay hydrated, you can take care of any medical situation A to Z in a matter of minutes. And then we'll look at kind of the more advanced skills as we go along. There may not be time for all that advanced stuff in the weekend, but we're going to make sure we cover all the basics. And then you can kind of get more advanced level trainings as you wish in whatever forms you want them in. We're also looking at how can you use the resources around you to support your situation no matter where you're at. So it's real easy to survive around here. We got all kinds of plants, we got all kinds of berries, we got nuts, we got, if you're not vegetarian, we have plenty of protein options. There's a lot of different things that can help you survive, but depending on the conditions you're in, the situation you're in, so we're kind of up in the Sierra foothills here. You could even say we're, bordering on high Sierra a little bit. And so there's certain things around here that are just special to this area. We also will do these trainings in Hawaii, we're going to do them in Oregon, we're going to do them probably Wisconsin, Alaska. We've got probably a couple set up in the East Coast, a couple in the jungle. We've got a whole bunch of them planned and scheduled for the next coming years, but this one is the high to mid-Sierra country with all the plants and animals that we got here. So if you got interest in California, if you're from California, if you love California, this might be a place for you to come and visit. We look forward to having you here and hope you and your loved ones are thriving now. And the only reason we focus on survival first is because the whole weekend is really about thriving as much as possible. And it's really difficult to thrive if you didn't survive something. So we always start with making sure you survive whatever, and then take it up to as high as we can into the thriving game. We'll kind of share more with that as time gets closer, but we just want to give you a quick summary of kind of what you're going to experience in the weekend, and we look forward to seeing you. If you could have 3 days to really get clear on what you care about most, what your values are, what your purpose is, and your vision of how you want your life to look going forward, would you guess it would be the best way to do it all by yourself? Do you think that would get you the results the fastest, easiest, most powerfully? Or would you typically collaborate with others doing the same? Well, late October of this year, up here at Mystic Ridge, we're all going to gather together and we're going to bring our best visions, our best tools, our best dreams, our best hopes and wishes and experiences, songs, food, tools, medicines, everything you can think of that would allow you to actually co-create the life you really want most for you and your loved ones. We're going to do that together in a series of 3 days. Friday, we're going to start out with getting up here, meeting each other, gathering, doing some warm-up exercises, probably going pretty deep right away because we don't have a lot of time. But for those of you that know how to travel and go into the spirit realms and whatnot, it'll be a piece of cake for you. It'll be easy. We'll also have space for beginners and people who are just starting out as well. And so we're going to kind of make it fun and available to the whole family, all your loved ones that you want to bring, so that you can kind of co-create the best life for all of you. Saturday we'll be basically traveling into the journeys of, how has gone well already, what's already happening, what could you use some support with, what will allow you to do the emotional, mental, and deeper work. Friday we'll be kind of just goofing around, probably some games and physical stuff, but Saturday's going to get a lot deeper. And then we're going to travel into the spirit realm for Sunday and look at how to actually transform your life to the level you'll need to. And then look at what are the follow-ups that you need. Do you need to check in weekly, monthly, shared calls, video calls, workshops? There's many follow-up things that will happen, but this weekend is really about kicking off your best year ever. And so if you want to come and join us, we look forward to having you. We're open to, answering your questions and seeing what we can do to customize it so you'll have your best experience. And we look forward to sharing time and energy together, and most importantly, getting to do the healing that we all really need to do. Bless you and your loved ones.